Hey, any of you PC kids bummed out because Sony put our favorite web slinger on lockdown? Well, boy do I have good news for you. An indie game company named Swingline Studios is bringing Spider-Man to PC in a free game. Who doesn't love free things? Rich people, that's who. Which is kind of a deep paradox if you think about it. Wait, what was I saying? Oh wait, yeah, Spider-Man. So the developers at Swingline are a mixed bag of big names in the modding community, self-taught programmers and modelers, and some people with fancy game design degrees to hang up on their walls and impress their friends. On their official YouTube channel, check the description, they've posted all kinds of kick-ass behind-the-scenes footage and work-in-progress videos. From what I've gathered, the main goal right now is building the swinging physics in the Unreal 4 engine. They're making it a true physics-based system with heavy inspiration from the Spider-Man 2 movie game. Keep in mind all the animations you're seeing aren't final and are just to get across the motion in a fun-looking way while they're working on it. The thing I'm most impressed with is the open-world map. This version of New York is massive. Look, they even kept that part of Manhattan that the official games inexplicably pretend doesn't exist for some reason. Yes, the city is still in the process of being textured, but with the sheer scale of it, I'm sure you can understand why it would take a while. Be patient. These things, they take time. They've also posted on their Twitter account, links, description, look at them, please, some of their concept art for the costumes, which are being modeled as we speak. A lot of the concept art is done by a friend of mine who goes by Cat Knights on Twitter. I met him because he did a cover for my upcoming comic, Contest of Slashers. He was the one who let me know about this whole project in the first place. Him and two of the devs were kind enough to let me do an interview with them about the game, so let's take a listen. Thanks for letting me interview you guys. I am super excited to help drum up some support for the project. It looks great so far.
Yeah, thanks. Like we said before we started recording, like we're big fans and supporters of your channel. Been following your retrospectives for a couple of years now. So obviously the best games and not the not so good games that have come.
Well, hey, maybe I can review this one at some point.
Yeah.
So I think the first major question I wanted to ask was just what drew you guys to starting this whole thing? Like, what was the main inciting incident that made you say, this is what we're gonna do?
It was the way let me know if I'm speaking a bit too fast. The project started out last year. So what happened was there was a guy called Aiden, and he created a web swinging system that was just pure physics based, and from that it was obviously based from Spider-Man 2's physically based web swing, because that was the only game in the series that had true physical swinging, and he recreated that in a matter of months in Unreal Engine with some average animations and whatnot. So then I reached out to him, and me and him sort of like took on the project together, and from there we just sort of grew the team.
Yeah, you said earlier the team started out with only 2 people and has grown to around 10 or 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on average, 10 to 12 now.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm hoping for any of you listeners out there that if you have any experience with Unreal Engine.
Yeah, we need animators, blueprint specialists, general programmers, designers, anything you can think of really. If you've got it, come to us. Take it into account.
If anyone listening to this would like to come help out the project, there will be a link in the Discord in the description, so you can go contact them personally and see what they have to say. All right, next question. I wanted to just ask, like, how long do you think it's going to take to get all of this done? It's a pretty ambitious project. From the short gameplay trailer we saw already, very pre-alpha, it looks massive.
It's pretty big. The videos you've seen, they are builds from over 6 months ago. So them builds are pretty far back.
Like twice the size of the pre-alpha footage we showed, right?
Exactly.
Actually, twice the size.
Exactly. Literally, the city is twice the size of that now, and since that last video, and to answer your question about when we're going to be done, have some ideas. We wouldn't want to say anything definite right now because we don't want to let anyone down. Should the date come and the game not be ready, and then we have to delay it, and then it'll hopefully we'll have at least a public version of it out before Insomniac's Spider-Man PS4, so you'll get to it'll hopefully let you clear up some of the waiting on the big game next year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was gonna say I also have that same sort of mantra about my projects, is that it's released on a when it's done basis.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We're talking about trials, demos, betas, stuff like that, test programs. Now, we're talking about that now. We're not talking about it too much because we're too busy getting it actually made, but it does come up every now and then. And the fact is that you will be able to get your hands on this game, playable, swinging at least, and fighting on the streets. Maybe not the complete package, but a little snippet of it before the PS4 exclusive one comes out next year.
One other question I wanted to ask is, what kind of background do you guys have in developing video games? Is this a first project for a lot of you, or?
Who wants to go first?
For me it is.
Yeah.
Wastelander, you want to talk about your modding background?
Yeah, I basically modded the Batman games, started off that way. Then I went to college. I did a GCSE level 2 for game design, and then that was basically here we are now.
He was being a bit modest there. Let me. Wastelander 121, I believe the name is. He's one of the biggest modders on the Batman Arkham community. He's made some of the good mods for the Fallout games, so he's a pretty good member to have on the team. Just as an environmental artist, the lead environmental artist. Me, self-taught completely. I mean, fiddled around with both Unity, Unreal, CryEngine for about 5-6 years now. And then from there, obviously, made some good little test games, some little bad test games, stuff that never really made it off the ground. And it's sort of one of them things where when you get the right project, the team comes together and it just matches. I'm
yeah, you get that sort of project where you're like, this is the one that I really
exactly.
have to go for.
Exactly, yeah. And this is just some good companies, so.
And
it's really cool.
Yeah, no, for me, I'm not making the game from a developing standpoint. I'm just a concept artist, so I just design a lot of the characters. Yeah, I'm pretty new.
Well, I gotta say, you play a pretty crucial part anyway. I mean, I've seen some of that concept art you've done, and it's pretty fantastic. I'd love to see a 3D model of some of those suit designs.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah.
We're going to be moving in on them soon, and you'll get to see them in the months as they get developed. The ones that get developed,
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm sure I'll be bugging you guys over the next couple of months, asking more and more questions about stuff like, hey, is this villain going to be in there? Or, hey, how long is it going to take to model the entire outside of the Empire State Building? Or silly things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for what I'm hearing right now. It looks like it's definitely going to be worth everyone's time. This is like one of the coolest things I've seen in months. So
we've only spent a year. June just gone. That's how long the game's been in development for. Just gone a year. So we're gonna spend a little bit more time on it. If we go a little bit quiet here and there, we won't go as quiet as Insomniac did. But if we do, it's because we're working hard and making it good. So just be patient and.
Yeah, well, I don't think it should be about like the competition, like trying to make it like Insomniac's game. I think as long as you're putting something out that you're proud of and you're passionate about, I think it's going to be just fine.
It'll be completely original. We're going to take the best elements from what we think and what the community thinks as a whole is. Is Spider-Man 2's web swinging. A few things of the combat, the parkour systems and stuff like that. We're taking all them into account and we're going to put them into one big cohesive package. And you just let you run around.
Well, there was this series on YouTube a couple of months back that I heard about where someone sort of like reviewed all the Spider-Man games and said what they thought worked and didn't work. I mean, it might be it'd be interesting to go through those. And
I'd be lying if I told you we didn't take notes from them videos.
Yeah, we totally do.
That's great to hear.
We totally do.
I can't believe I'm already like sort of involved in this really indirectly. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty kick-ass vulture design, if I do say so myself.
Thank you. Yeah.
I really like the look of it.
Thanks. It kind of like a homecoming vibe.
I think my favorite one so far is definitely the Spider-Man suit. That looks awesome.
Which one?
The red and blue one that was posted.
Yeah, there's a black one and a red and blue one.
So is that gonna... Are there going to be alternate costumes for the game, or is that going to tie into the story?
Can't comment on that just yet, but, we'll see what happens.
Okay. I was expecting one of the questions to end up being like those we can't spoil that just yet, but there are plans for things. Like that's okay.
We're not going to be
just
promising you stuff and not end up in the game. So I'd rather.
That's totally fair. I know it's on a project that's kind of this high profile. It might get a little nerve-wracking because you want to watch what you say, because people always get really excited for stuff, and then the hype might boil over a little too far.
Yeah, it'll get over.
Ubisoft.
Well, I think that's about it for this. I'm gonna get to writing a script for the rest of this video, and I'll keep in touch with you guys. Thank you.
No problem.
I really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, and I can't wait to see more.
That's all right.
Awesome.
That's all right. Thanks.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks so much for getting in touch, guys. So like Cole said in the interview, they have a somewhat small team currently, and they need all the help they can get. If you have any experience working in Unreal 4 engine or in game development in general, these are the things they need help with. These are especially important. If you have any interest in helping them out, head on over to their Discord server or private message them on Twitter and they'll get in touch with you about what you can work on. And for anyone that's just generally interested in learning about the process, I'd recommend watching their behind the scenes video, narrated by project director Cole. It's interesting stuff.
The story, it's gonna we've got some great writers on. One writer on board is GodzillaMendoza. He's got a pretty decent sized channel on YouTube. Yeah, and we've got him on board writing the main narrative, as he has read pretty much every single Spider-Man comic, which is pretty unbelievable in itself. But we've got him on board as a lead writer. I mean, it's all going to be coming along nicely.
Oh wow, apparently they're having story help from the GodzillaMendoza. That's pretty cool. I should interview him next. I can ask him why his channel name is so stupid. And I guess because it's early on, they're not quite in the process of casting voice actors yet. But they did announce one person. I better get practicing on my effort noises. Now, here's one last question that'll go off the books. This won't be in the actual video.
Yeah.
All right.
I know you guys have said on Twitter that you're not like in the market for voice actors currently, but I gotta ask: is there anyone you have in mind for any of the roles?
We actually, this is off the books, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we contacted you a few months ago. It wasn't through an official account. It was before we got any attention at all. I just contacted you off a personal account, telling you, we think you've got the perfect voice for Peter. That.
Really?